Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Just wanted to jump on here and do a quick video. As you can probably imagine, my phone started blowing up yesterday. But I was trying to fish because we had just run the KBF championships and I hadn't been able to fish. And myself and Darren needed to film some content for the launch of KFAST, the Kayak Fishing Advanced Safety Training. And so for the most part, I had my phone shut off. On the drive home, I was able to have a conversation with Adam from Str8 Yakd, where I clarified to him that in the opening of his video, he said that there was a cheater in KBF. What he meant was there was a cheater in NYKBF, New York KBF, which is not KBF. And then I subsequently had a phone call with the tournament director from NYKBF. He explained to me that, they had undeniable evidence. They had an admission from the actual cheater himself, and that he had returned the funds. He is going to explore what options there are for potential prosecution, lifetime bans on fishing licenses and things like that. I'm not exactly sure what the rules are up in New York. I do understand that this is going to domino over into like other events apparently this angler has competed in, but I just wanted to make it clear that this angler was not competing in KBF, has never competed in KBF, and this has nothing to do with KBF. So there's a lot of comments on Adam's video saying KBF should have made an official statement by now. It was Sunday, okay? I was fishing. Secondly, it's not KBF, so I don't have an official statement to make. I guess my official statement is it's not KBF, but we uphold bans of other organizations and groups. And so Mr. Hausman, or Jake, I think that's his name, will be infamous for the foreseeable future. I will do a more in-depth video on this to talk about what he did so that we can make him famous, so that his name never pops up on a leaderboard again. I have contacted the administrator at Fishing Chaos to make sure that we can figure out a way to flag the name, email address, and those kind of things. And so that's in work. But unless he comes up with a different name or something like that, he's just never going to be able to show up on a leaderboard, at least not in kayak fishing ever again. I hope that there can be something done legally to where it's more than just return the money and, a slap on the hand. We need somebody to be made an example of in this sport. It's unfortunate. It's a black eye for all of us in catch, photo, release. I started a release video requirement 3 or 4 years ago because of, the potential for things like this and for other issues. And this is something that a release video would catch. But also, it's that deterrent that because you have to produce a release video, and if you finish in the money, you have to provide them to, the tournament director, and that there's random checks throughout the event, is a big deterrent. So I'm going to encourage my fellow series directors out there to, also require a video release. It's not as hard as people think. It takes very little effort. It takes about 10 to 14 seconds. It ensures the health of the fish, and it's a good perception thing for the sport when you see all of those fish swim away safely when people release their release videos after an event. So that being said, man, this one's batshit crazy. Like, the dude took the time to cut up a kayak, to put the kayak cockpit on the deck of the kayak or of his boat to win a couple $100. I love to figure out what makes these people tick, but I'm thankful that I don't think that way, even though I'm forced as a tournament director and a series director to start trying to think of the things that cheaters think of. But, even in all of my years, I could have never. We actually joked about this a few years ago, saying, what if somebody did this? But we thought, what if they set the kayak on their boat and drove around? So we've got a couple of things that can catch that from a speed standpoint. But man, to cut the the kayak up to put it on the deck, and to be fishing from a camouflage kayak in a major series event and then turn around and get a lime green boat as your your stunt boat, um, it just goes to show that um, cheaters are dumb, right? I think you have to be dumb to cheat, and I hope we never have a really smart, sophisticated cheater that's like a hacker or something that can really take things to the next level. But so far, I get brought into every cheating allegation investigation for some reason, but this one might be the dumbest that I think I've ever seen in the history of all things associated with somebody trying to cheat, kayak fishing or otherwise. So just want to jump on here real quick to say that we will be upholding the ban. I'll be providing any resource assistance for anything that I have that we can bring to the table to help, validate this guy has cheated in other events if necessary. And I appreciate everybody that brought this to light. Adam for shedding light on the video or shedding light on the topic with his video. And I just wanted to clarify, this is not a KBF event. No, it's nothing to do with KBF. And so therefore, I'm just going to be on the sidelines like everybody else, but I will be upholding the ban and I'll be doing everything I can to assist if needed. So y'all have a happy rest of your Monday, and tomorrow is Veterans Day. So don't forget to thank a veteran for their service. And from me here at KBF, veterans out there, thank you for your service. You guys have a wonderful Veterans Day tomorrow. And yeah, y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.